back. I'm so happy that you're here with me for the live class rewind. Before we get started on the mat, I would recommend grabbing a blanket. It doesn't have to be a yoga blanket. It can just be like something big and fluffy that will provide a lot of support underneath your knees, especially if you have some sensitive knees like I do. You can just roll it up, place it in the center of your mat. It actually can stay there pretty much your entire practice. The only time you might want to adjust it or move it around is when we're in cobra pose, like a low back bend. You want to keep it right underneath your hips here, just so it'll provide a little bit of support and lift you up, rather than having it a little bit awkward if it's underneath your thighs. So with that, I'll go ahead and get started, and I'll see you on the mat. So we're gonna get started in Sukhasana, or your easy pose on our mat. You can even sit on your blanket if you want to give yourself a little bit of a boost up. So you just go ahead, get comfy, you can shift from side to side, you can move any flesh out of the way to get your sit bones a little bit closer to the earth. You'll sit up nice and tall. You can bring your hands to the tops of your knees, you can have palms face open. And we're just gonna settle in here. We're not gonna do anything crazy right now. We're gonna take back a little bit of the breath work. I had something planned, but I have some new people in here, so I'm not quite sure how comfortable they would feel. So we'll begin by just rocking back and forth, side to side. Eyes can be opened or closed. And then we're just trying to find our midpoint. So our shoulders right over our hips, and then our crown of our head rising towards the ceiling. You don't have to worry about that right now. We just want to kind of find where we're at in space and on the earth. Just trying to get a feel of how we feel this morning. And you're just breathing normally. Take inhales and exhales out through your nose or through your mouth. And then when you've found that center point with the shoulders right over your hips, you'll take an inhale and sit up nice and tall. So the top of your head is reaching towards the ceiling here. Again, hands are just resting on your knees. Then if you can take your gaze down to the floor in front of you, and then your chin is slightly tucked in, so you're not trying to crank your head back here. You can go ahead and take a body scan this morning, starting from the top of your head and working your way all the way down to the tips of your toes. Just noting any little aches or pains, not trying to fix it right now, just kind of noting it and moving past it. Then when you're ready, you can keep your hands right where they are. You can just place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. And just notice your breath, your normal breathing patterns. So sometimes you may feel your chest rise and fall. Maybe you feel your rib cage expand outwards. Maybe you feel your belly rise and fall. Again, keeping the spine long. And then when you're ready, we're gonna exhale wherever we're at in our breath cycle. And then we're gonna take a deep inhale as we sit up nice and tall through our nose. And you feel your bottom hand expand out with your belly as you breathe in. Open your mouth, exhale, H-A-Ha sound as your belly compresses. 3 more just like that. Inhaling deeply through your nose, sit up nice and tall. Exhale out through your nose, or out through your mouth, sorry. Then again, just like that, inhaling, feeling your belly expand out. Exhale, release everything. Last breath, just like this. Inhaling, biggest, deepest, fullest breath you've taken yet this morning. 1 more sip at the top. And then exhale, compress everything out. Compress all that stale air out from yesterday. You can place your hands back on the tops of your knees here. Inhale, shoulders to our ears. Exhale, roll them back and down your back. Again, sitting up nice and tall. We'll seal our lips here and begin inhaling and exhaling out through our nose. Again, still working on that belly breath. So when I say belly breath, I'm just saying allowing your belly to expand when you're breathing and not taking your breath all up in your chest and getting it trapped up here. So it'll allow you, when you allow your belly to expand, when you're inhaling, you get more breath in here, more flow. And just take a few breaths just like that. Again, eyes can be opened or closed. When you're ready, inhale, arms will reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. You can gaze softly at your fingertips or keep your eyes closed. We'll begin to set an intention for our practice, maybe our day, maybe just thanking ourselves for waking up so early, or maybe just sending a little bit of love to someone that may need it today. Then when you're ready, gently flutter your eyes open. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, right hand comes down towards the floor. Left hand stays long. Again, we'll inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, pull that shoulder blade down on the left side. Again, inhaling, reaching up. This time, exhale, fingertips come over to the right side. You can begin to bend in your right elbow. You can even take your block and bring your forearm to it. And we're just gonna breathe here down our left side body. We'll try to open up our chest towards the sky as we press firmly through our hand or forearm here. So we're not slumping down in this right shoulder. Again, eyes can be open or closed. Gaze can be up at the ceiling. You can even cactus open that arm if you'd like a deeper stretch in your shoulder, whatever's gonna feel good this morning. Again, sending your breath down your left side body. Then if that arm is cactus open, we're gonna inhale, bring it back to the right side. Exhale, come back through center. Left hand will plant as we inhale. Our right hand is coming high towards the sky. Exhale, sink back down into the earth. Inhale, right fingertips reach towards the sky. Exhale, sink back down into the earth. And then again, inhale, reach up. And then exhale, fingertips come over to the left. Our elbow can begin to bend here. Again, you can take a block on this side if you'd like, bringing your forearm over. Maybe your forearm is on the floor. And then again, opening up our chest and expanding, pressing firmly through our forearm here, or our hand, so we're reducing the slump in our left side body. So we're breathing down our right side here. Again, you can inhale as you open, cactus open that arm, maybe gaze comes towards the ceiling. Whatever feels best on your neck. Breathing, taking slow movements, noticing your breath. That arm is cactus open. We're gonna inhale, fingertips reach back over to the left side of the room. Exhale, we'll come back through center. Shoulders come right up over our hips, hands come to the tops of our knees. We're gonna drop our chin to our chest, take a few neck circles here. If you don't like neck circles, you can keep your chin tucked to your chest, rock your right ear to your right shoulder, left ear to left shoulder, and take it slow. It's not a race here, especially when dealing with our neck. And then coming back to your breath, feeling the rhythms as your belly expands and compresses. If you haven't already, switch directions. Then we'll gently come back through center. Chin is on the horizon. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, gentle twist to the right. Left hand is coming on top of our right knee. Right hand is behind us. Inhale, lift through your chest. Exhale, gently twist. It doesn't have to be a deep twist. We're just waking up our spine here very gently. And inhale, come back through center. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, twist to the left, right hand to our left knee. left hand is behind us. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, twist very gently to the left. Again, chin is still on the horizon here. You don't have to look over that shoulder. And then again, each side. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, one last time, twist to the right. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, gently twist. Again, it doesn't have to be deep. Chin is on the horizon. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Again, inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, gently twist. Inhale will bring us back through center. We'll interlace all 10 fingers. Exhale, press your palms up towards the ceiling. Chest is lifting high as we lift up out of our sitting bones. Maybe your shoulders are to our ears, deep morning stretch. And then exhale, we're going to press our palms forward as our belly button pulls towards our spine, broadening across our shoulder blades here. Chin can tuck to chest. We can gently rock our heel of our palm forward and back, just to feel a little bit of a stretch in our wrists here. Belly button is still pulled towards spine, but we're breathing. We're not holding our breath. Then inhale, palms reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands come down by our side. You can go ahead, shake out your wrists. You can roll them here. And then we'll kick our feet out in front of us. Give them a nice little wiggle. Stretch your toes, stretch your ankles. You can take some ankle rolls. Open and close your toes, crunch them in. Then when you're ready, we're going to sweep our legs to either side, coming into a tabletop position. So this is where our blanket will come in handy during our practice. I'm going to try to keep mine right in the center of my mat where I know my knees will be most of the time. So our knees are going to be right underneath our hips, and our wrists are going to be right underneath our shoulders. We're going to take a few cat-cows here. So inhale, belly drops, gaze lifts, hips lift. Exhale, pull your belly button towards your spine as you round your back, broadening across your shoulder blades. Again, inhale, belly drops, chest is shining forward. And then exhale, pressing into the earth as our spine rounds. You can take any organic movement here if you'd like. You can rock your hips from side to side. You can take a C shape if you want to gaze back at those heels. You can even press back, rock forward, whatever's going to feel good to you this morning. If you'd like to hold a pose, you can. And then at any point in time in class that you feel uncomfortable or you're just not feeling it today, you can always come down into child's pose or even shavasana. I used to joke in my live classes that I didn't care if you came down in shavasana, even if you just entered the class. It's your practice. So you kind of decorate it and listen to your body as you wish. So we'll take 2 more rounds of breath here. And we'll come back through center. We're going to take our knees out wide here, and then our big toes touch as we press back into a child's pose. So I'm going to keep my head lifted, but you can take your forehead down onto the mat. Your fingertips are reaching towards the front of your mat. Arms are actively working. You're pressing through your palms, so your hips sit back towards your heels just a little bit more. If you'd like, you can rock your head from side to side on your mat, just giving it a little massage, finding some movement very gently in your neck. And when you're ready, we're going to just gently lift. So we'll inhale, our torso is lifting up off the earth. Our hands are going to slide in just a bit so we can raise this. Inhale, right arm reaches towards the sky. Exhale, we're going to slip it right underneath our arm. Thread the needle so our fingertips are coming to the left side of the mat. Our right shoulder's working towards the mat, and then our left hand is reaching out in front of us. If you feel like your head is kind of floating in space, you can always bring a block right underneath there. And breathe. Our hips are still sitting back towards our heels. You can relax that pressure in your left hand. Coming back to your breath if you lost it. Next, inhale, we're going to slide that left palm so it's right in front of our face. Exhale, press up. Inhale, right arm reaches up towards the sky. Exhale, we'll plant that right hand on our mat. Inhale, left arm reaches up towards the sky. Exhale, thread it underneath that right arm. Left shoulder is coming to the mat while our right hand is reaching long and our hips are sitting back towards our heels here. Again, you can bring a block under your head here if you feel like it's floating in space. And breathe. One more round of breath here. Next, inhale, your right palm is going to slide in front of your face. Exhale as you press up, stretch. Inhale, left arm reaches towards the sky. Exhale, we'll plant it right back down on the earth. We'll bring our wrists right underneath our shoulders, knees right underneath our hips. If you want to take one more cat-cow here just to loosen up, you can. And then when you're ready, we're going to walk our hands one palm's length from where they're at on our mat right now. We're sitting up for our first downward facing dog. So if you'd like to turn your fingertips out just a little bit, we'll tuck our toes here. Take a deep inhale breath. Exhale, press your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Go ahead. You can walk your dog back and forth. You can rock your hips from side to side. Whatever is going to feel good to you today. You can shake your head yes. You can shake your head no. Then when you're ready, we'll find a little bit of stillness here. Shoulder blades are reaching down our back. You can keep a slight bend in your knees. Your heels don't have to be glued to your mat here. Hips are sending up towards the sky. Spine is long. Gaze is right in between your feet here. Your belly button is pulling up towards your spine. Exhale wherever you're at in your breath cycle. We'll take a deep inhale together through our nose. Exhale, sigh it out through your mouth. Again, just like that. Inhaling through your nose. Exhale, sigh it out. One last time. Inhale, big breath. Exhale, sigh it out. When you're ready, we'll seal our lips, begin inhaling and exhaling out through your nose again. We'll take a deep inhale as we come high up onto our toes. Exhale, bend your knees, step or walk to the top of your mat. Feet are hip width distance as we inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Arms are going to reach up overhead. Take a small back bend here if you'd like. Breathing, don't hold your breath. Inhale will bring you back through center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Weight is coming to the balls of our feet. Exhale, forward fold. We'll plant our hands, step back into a high plank here. We'll take our knees down to our mat as we slowly lower all the way down to our belly. Option to keep that blanket here. It's always good to have right under your hips if you'd like. When you're ready, hands will slide back by our low ribs as we inhale, lift up, low cobra. Exhale, release. One more time, just like that. Inhale, low cobra, head, neck, and chest. Lift off the mat. Exhale, gently release. When you're ready, tuck your toes. Take a deep inhale breath as you press through. Tabletop. Exhale, hips send towards the sky. Downward facing dog. Again, go ahead and walk out your feet. Shift your hips from side to side. You can rock your hips, shake your head yes, shake your head no. At any point in time that downward facing dog becomes too much, you can always drop down into a tabletop position. When you're ready, find some stillness here in your pose. Reconnect. Inhale, come high up onto your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or walk to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, gazes down at the floor, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise all the way up towards standing. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come down by our side. We'll just take a few shoulder rolls here. Palms can face up as we inhale, shoulders to our ears. Exhale, roll them back and down our back. Inhale, brings your shoulders to your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down your back. Get some movement in there. Inhale. Exhale, pull them back and down. One last time this way. Inhale. Exhale, pull them back and down. Reverse directions. Inhale. Exhale, they'll come forward. Eyes can be open or closed as you inhale, shoulders to your ears. Exhale, roll them forward. And inhaling. Exhale, roll them forward. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, gently drop your hands down by your side just for a moment. We'll take our feet hip width distance, palms facing forward. We're going to find that center point where we're standing here. So we'll gently rock forward, back, side to side. Finding our hips right over our ankles and our shoulders right over our hips and the top of our head rising. Once you found that center point here, lift up all 10 toes, plant them onto your mat. Inhale, lift, feel the crown of your head rising, spine is lengthening. Exhale, ground down. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. We'll stay here. You can heel toe your feet out a little bit wider if you need to. Grab opposite elbows or let your hands hang ragdoll. You can rock from side to side. You can walk your hands out to each side of your mat, maybe keeping a bend in your knee. It's yogi's choice, whatever feels good to you. But in our forward fold, we want to keep a bend in our knees. So the point of a forward fold is to lengthen through our spine, not really get straight legs here. So you want to bring the weight to the balls of your feet. So your heels are the gas, your toes are the brake. They won't allow you to topple over. Then the top of your head is trying to reach towards the ground. So with every exhale, you feel your spine lengthen a little bit more. Come back to your breath if you lost it. One more round of breath here. We'll all come back through center. Release your elbows if you have that grip. Heel toe your feet in about hip width distance. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step back, high plank. Option to stay in this high plank here or drop your knees, take it into low cobra. Inhale at the top, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, heart glides forward, upward facing dog. We're on the tops of our feet here. If you're in up dog, stay here with me. Cobras can meet back in downward facing dog. Up dogs Take a few breaths here. Feel your pose. Shoulders are pulling away from your ears. One more inhale breath here. Next inhale, fill up. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. So you can take either of those options in your vinyasa. You can take your cobra, you can take your up dog, or you can totally skip it. It's totally fine. I skip them probably 98% of the time when I'm in someone else's class. Only about 50% of the time when I'm in my own class. All right. When you're ready, we'll step our feet together at the back of our mat. Inhale, right leg lifts high towards the sky. Exhale, step it through right next to that right thumb. This is where our blanket comes in. Drop that left knee down towards the mat. Untuck your toes. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, right hand drops down towards the sky, just like in the beginning. So we're gonna inhale, left fingertips reach towards the sky, and then exhale, they're gonna come over to the right. If you feel like you want some earth underneath your fingertips, go ahead, grab a block for your right hand. And then we're breathing down our left side body. Option to cactus, open that arm here. Chest is coming towards the sky. Eyes can be open or closed. We're pressing firmly through our hand here if it's on a block, so we're not slumping in our right side. That arm is cactus open. Inhale, bring it back over to the right side, those left fingertips. Exhale will bring you back through center. Inhale, lift up a little bit more. Press firmly through your foot and knee. Exhale, hands come to frame that front foot. Tuck your left toes. Lift that left knee. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Go ahead, walk out your dog. All right, feet step together at the back of our mat. Inhale, left leg lifts high this time. Exhale, step it through in between your hands, so it's right next to your left thumb. Right knee comes down towards the mat. Untuck your toes. Inhale, root to rise. Arms are coming up towards the sky, sitting up out of your hips here. And then again, next inhale, we'll reach tall. Exhale, left fingertips will come down towards the earth. They're hovering here, or you can bring your block onto this side. Inhale, right fingertips towards the sky. Exhale, pull them over to the left. We're breathing down our right side body now. Option to cactus, open this arm again. Breathing, pausing. If you have that hand on a block, we're pressing firmly through it, not trying to slump in our right side. That arm is cactus open. We'll inhale, fingertips reach over to the left side room. Exhale, we'll pull us back through center. Inhale, we'll reach up tall. Exhale, hands come to frame that front left foot. Tuck your back toes, lift that back knee, and then step your left foot back to meet your right. Again, go ahead, take any movement you need here. Then when you're ready, we'll inhale, come high up onto our toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or walk to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise all the way up towards standing. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come to our low back. Inhale, chest lifts towards the sky. Exhale, press your hips forward as your elbows are reaching back behind you. Shoulders pull away from your ears. Inhale, come back through center. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, begin to bend your knees. Sink in your hips. Chair pose. Hands come through heart center here. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, sink low. Breathe, gaze is straight ahead. Let's bring that gaze down to the floor actually. So we're gonna wiggle our toes here. Weight is light in our light in our toes. All of our weight is in our heels here. So again, inhale, chest lifts. I know my legs are on fire too. Exhale, sink low. Again, one more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sink low. Inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, step back. Take a vinyasa, or you can press back, downward facing dog. It's your choice. Just one tip, if your blanket is in the center of your mat and you're in a low cobra, make sure it's underneath your hips and not underneath your legs. All right, so from our downward facing dog, we're gonna hinge forward into plank. Don't worry, we're not taking a chaturanga. We're gonna take this right knee down towards the floor here. And then we're gonna spin our right leg out behind us. Inhale, left arm reaches towards the sky. So we're coming into this gate pose. Now I want you to look at something. Make sure that the arch of your left foot is in line with your right knee here. And then bring that right hand right underneath your shoulder so you're all stacked up here. It'll make things a lot easier. Now I like to have my left toes out at an angle, especially for what we're gonna do next. So you don't have to have your toes directly pointing to that left side of your mat. So our fingertips on our left hand are reaching up towards the sky. Exhale, they'll come forward, but they're not gonna stop. They're gonna come down, graze our mat. Our left knee is bending. Inhale will bring us back up. So we're taking our arm in a big circle, finding a little bit of mobility in our hip. And we want that left knee to bend with us. We're not trying to keep our back left knee straight here. So again, eyes can be open or closed. We're taking this arm around the world. Now, if this doesn't feel good on your shoulder, you can just bring your left hand to your hip and just kind of play with a little bit of hip movement here. I understand that some people have sensitive shoulders. So again, flowing with your own breath. Inhales bring you up, exhales slide your fingertips across your mat. When you're ready, one more round breath this direction. And then when you're ready, switch direction. So inhale, fingertips come forward. Exhale, hand will reach back behind you. Inhale, will glide and scoot forward. Exhale, sink back behind you. Again, eyes can be open or closed. One last round here. When you're ready, left fingertips are going to reach towards the front of the room here, finding stillness in the pose. And then exhale, we're going to turn our torso towards the mat. Left hand will plant. Then we'll gently walk our hands to the left side of our mat. So our hips again are in line with our shoulders. Hands are out on the outer edge of the mat. We'll go ahead, walk our hands a little bit forward. You can tuck those right toes behind you as you gently press back towards your heels. Your left knee can be bending here. You gauge the intensity in this stretch. So if you really like it, you can sink all the way back. If you don't really like it, you can stay up here, maybe working on a little bit of movement. You take some pulses. Just trying to wake up those hips this morning. And then redirect your breath to that inner thigh, on your left leg, in your hip area. Breathe, refocus. You're pressing firmly through the palms of your hands, your fingers, your knuckles. You're not just dumping your weight in your wrists. When you're ready, we'll inhale, gently hinge back forward. Then we're going to walk our hands right to back where they started on the mat. Right hand is right underneath our right shoulder. Inhale, left arm reaches towards the sky. Option is stay here for your modified side plank, or if you'd like to go up in a full side plank with me, go ahead, kick that right leg back to meet your left. Feet can be staggered here if you'd like. and we're breathing. So if you're in a full side plank, hips are lifting towards the sky, chest is lifting, we're breathing. You got it. Option to lift that top leg here. Woo. It's okay if you get shaky. Breathe. Bring that top leg down if it was lifted in either modification. Our right knee is going to drop towards the ground if you're in a full plank. Then exhale, left hand comes down towards the mat. Hips are squared off with our mat again. All 10 toes are facing towards the front. We're going to go ahead, lift up that right knee, come back, downward facing dog. Again, you can walk your legs from side to side. Rock your hips. And when you're ready, we're going to inhale, hinge forward again, left side. Bring that left knee down towards the mat now. Back right heel spins down towards the earth. And then that left leg will spin out behind us like a kickstand. Inhale, right arm reaches towards the sky. And then again, check your alignment. So the arch of your right foot should now be in line with your knee. And then that left hand should be right underneath your shoulder. Right fingertips are reaching towards the sky. We'll take an inhale, reach high, exhale, right fingertips come forward. Exhaling still as they come down, raising your mat, bend that right knee. Inhale, fingertips come up towards the sky again, taking it around in that big circle. Flowing with your own breath. And then again, if that shoulder is feeling a little bit sore, option to keep your hand on your hip and just take that motion with your hips. Again, toes can be angled out. It's okay if you're going faster or slower than me, as long as you're flowing with your own breath. Eyes can be opened or closed. Then when you're ready, switch directions. Inhale, right fingertips come towards the sky. Exhale, those scoop back and down your mat. Inhaling up and forward. Exhaling down your mat. When you're ready, one more cycle of breath here, then we'll all meet back up at the top. Inhale, right fingertips are reaching forward, and then exhale, turn your chest towards your mat. Right hand is going to plant. Then we're going to walk our hands now to the right side of our mat. Now I'm going to spin around here so I can see you guys. So our hands are walking out in front of us here. And then again, when you're ready, bend that right knee and sink back towards your left heel. You gauge the intensity here. So if it doesn't feel good, back out. Reconnect and focus with your breath. One more round of breath here. When you're ready, an inhale will bring you forward. Oop, I'm going to spin around here. And then we're going to walk our hands towards the front of our mat. Again, getting reset up as our inhale, right fingertips will come towards the sky again. Option to stay here. You can lift that bottom leg for your right leg for a modification in your side plank. Or you can meet me in a full side plank, kicking that left leg to meet our right fingertips coming towards the sky. Option to stagger those feet here. Again, your hips are lifting, chest is lifting towards the sky, belly is pulled in tight. We're breathing. Option to take that right leg up towards the sky if you'd like. Breathe, I'm shaking too. All right, if that top leg is lifted, drop it down. And then we're gonna take our right knee down towards the mat. Exhale, right hand plants. Ooh, I meant left knee, sorry. We're all gonna be in downward facing dog. I get a little dyslexic, sorry. Especially when I'm spinning around my mat like a crazy lady. All right. We'll go ahead, take a child's pose for a minute. Bring your knees on down to your mat. Take them out as wide as your mat. Your big toes can touch. And we'll press our hips back towards our heels. Palms can face up here. You can open and close your fingers. Roll out your wrists. You can rock your head back and forth on your mat here. Reconnecting, coming back to your intention. If you'd like, you can stay here. You can meet me in downward facing dog for a quick wild thing. When you're ready, wild things. Inhale, right leg lifts towards the sky. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Bring those right toes over to the left side of your mat. All 10 toes face towards the back wall. Right fingertips are reaching towards the front. We're lifting through our hips and our chest. Big, deep stretch here. Breathing. When you're ready, inhale, we'll bring it back over. Exhale, we'll plant you in downward facing dog. Left side, inhale, left leg lifts towards the sky. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Left toes to the right side of your mat. Left fingertips reaching towards the front of the room. Hips are lifting, chest are lifting. Both feet are planted, all 10 toes towards the back of the room. When you're ready, inhale, we'll begin to bring you back. Exhale, we'll plant you in downward facing dog. If you are in child's pose, go ahead, meet us in downward facing dog here. We'll find a little bit of stillness. As we inhale, come high up onto your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, step or walk to the top of your mat. We'll inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly roll all the way up towards standing. Arms reach back up over our head. Inhale again, fingertips come up, shoulders right over our hips. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step back. Take a vinyasa, or you can press back, downward facing dog. It's your choice. All right, when you're ready in your downward facing dog, step your feet together at the back of your mat. Inhale, right leg lifts high. Exhale, step your right foot to meet your right thumb. We're gonna stay on the ball of our back leg here. Just a little bit of leg work today. Nothing too crazy. When you're ready, root to rise. Inhale, lift up, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands will come onto our hips. Now we want to check where we are. So we want our feet staggered. Even if that means you want to bring your right foot out towards the edge of your mat a little bit more. And then we want our heel over the ball of our back foot. Inhale, chest lifts towards the sky. Exhale, knee dip. Our left knee is just hovering above our blanket or mat. Inhale, come back up, crescent lunge. Exhale, that left knee dips. Inhale, bring us up. Exhale, dip down. Inhale, bring it up. 2 more. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, stick it down. That's our last one. Hold, breathe, you got it. Inhale will bring us up. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come to frame that right foot. You can heel toe it towards center here. Drop that left knee down towards the mat. Now, if you've taken my class before, you know that I love our inhale, lunge, exhale, press back into our half split. So, option to take this variation. You can walk your hands alongside of your leg. You can sit in one pose or the other. You can take that left hand across the outside of your right foot. Or if you'd like, for a little balance challenge, you can join me here as we inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come onto the horizon, open wide. We're going to take a deep inhale here. Chest is lifting. Exhale, we'll straighten our leg. Fingertips come forward, hips step back. Inhale, opening our arms wide, chest towards the sky. Exhale, press your hips back. That front foot is staying planted on the earth. Inhale, open up. Exhale, reach forward, sit back. Making sure your hips are in line. Inhale, open up. Exhale, sit back. Breathing. Taking it with your own pace. It's okay if you're going a little bit faster or a little bit slower than me. Always option to drop those hands. 2 more rounds here. Beautiful. We'll inhale, come back through center. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands will come down, framing that front right foot. So we're all back at the top here. Our hands are framing our front right foot. Option to grab your block here. Take your left hand on top of that block. Take an inhale. Right fingertips reach forward. Exhale, they'll reach up towards the sky as you twist to the right. Inhale, right fingertips will come forward. Exhale, they'll come back down. Just a quick twist here. Then when you're ready, we're going to tuck our back left toes, lift that back left knee, and step it up to the front of our mat. Now we're going to take our heels and feet out as wide as our mat. And we want our toes facing out at an angle here. When you're ready, deep bend in your knees as we slowly rise all the way up towards standing. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands will come down towards our hips and thighs. Option here, you can take your hands to your inner thighs. We'll inhale, lift through our chest. Exhale, begin to bend your knees and hinge forward, leading with your heart and a flat back. Now we're not going to come all the way down here. We're just going to come enough where our elbows are bent and our hands are resting on our thighs. Then you can begin to rock from side to side, lifting up your feet. Again, waking up your hips, sinking deeper if you want more of a challenge. Then when you're ready, we'll find center. Find some stillness. Breathe, maybe sink a little bit deeper. Inhale, we'll rise all the way up. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, our feet will step together at the back at our mat. Exhale, hands come down towards our side. So we're coming into tree pose here. We're going to root down through our left foot first. So all 5 toes on our left foot will lift up. Exhale and plant them firmly onto the mat. Our left kneecap is lifted. Our thigh is engaged here. Now we have options. You can bring your foot to your ankle. You can bring it to your inner calf. Or you can bring it to your inner thigh. This is really your choice. Just don't put it on your knee so you don't blow out your knee. And then when you've found your footing position, I want you to bring your left hand to your left hip. Pull that hip into midline. So sometimes we kick that left hip out a little bit. So I want you to pull everything in, core is pulled in. When you feel everything hugging in, you want that right foot pressing into your leg as much as your leg is pressing into your foot to find that balance. Hands can come through heart center, or you can inhale, lift them up towards the sky, and take any arm variation you'd like. One of my favorites is my arms just out on the horizon, palms face up. And you find your drishti, you find your gaze. So gaze can come down towards the floor, can come out on the ceiling. And then for a balance challenge, you can try to close your eyes. You'll probably all fall out. I always fall out if I try to close my eyes. Can sway from side to side, finding a little bit of movement. Again, balance challenge. You can take a C shape. And you're just breathing. It's okay if you fall out, just come right back up. When you're ready, if you had enough of tree pose, inhale, arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands come down towards our heart. If that foot was up on our inner thigh, you can go ahead, grab it with your hand and gently release it towards the earth. We'll take our weight into our right leg. Go ahead, kick out your left leg. Shake that left ankle. Then when you're ready, feet come back together. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step back. Option to take a vinyasa, or you can skip it. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. This will be the last vinyasa. All right, from downward facing dog here. We'll step our feet together at the back of our mat. Inhale, left leg lifts high. Exhale, step it through. Left foot is right next to our left thumb. Coming into that high crescent lunge again. When you're ready, ankle is right underneath our front knee. Inhale, root to rise. Woo. And then readjust your footing. Your feet are not glued to your mat. So we want to stagger them here, so like a railroad track, not a tightrope, to provide you more of a base. And then that back right heel is going to be right over the ball of our feet. Hands can be up towards the sky or on your hip here. When you're ready, inhale, lift up. Exhale, right knee drops down, is hovering. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Drop it down, my legs are shaking. Inhale. And then exhale, come down, you got it. Keep it up. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sink down. Only two more. Inhale. Exhale, that's if I did the math right. One last time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come down. Hover here, you got it. Stay here. Stay loved. Core is pulled in. Inhale, arms reach up overhead, straighten that back leg. Exhale, hands come down, framing that front foot. Heel toe your left foot into midline, and then drop that right knee onto the mat, untuck your toes. And then again, option to come here with the half splits, low lunge, walking your feet alongside. You can take this right hand to the outer edge of your left foot, sit in the pose. Or if you'd like more of a balance challenge, you can come up here with me. We'll inhale, lift up, arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, open wide on the horizon. Take an inhale here. Exhale, set your hips back, fingertips reach forward. Inhale, open and expand, front knee bends. Exhale, fingertips reach forward. Again, pulling that left hip in here. Exhale, sink back. Inhale, open up. Exhale, sink back. Flowing with your own breath. It's okay if you're going faster or slower than me. We'll have 2 more rounds here. Last one. Inhale, we'll come back through center, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come down, framing that front left foot. Option to grab your block here. Plant your right hand firmly on your block or the mat. Inhale, left fingertips reach forward. Exhale, open up, twist to the left. Breathe. Inhale, left fingertips reach forward again. Exhale, plant your hand down onto the earth here. Hands are side by side on this left foot. We'll tuck our back right toes, lift up your back right knee, and then step that right foot forward again to meet your left. Again, taking your feet out as wide as your mat here. You want your toes opened up at an angle. And we'll inhale, slowly rise all the way up to standing. Arms reach up overhead. This time, we're gonna interlace all 10 fingers. So they're like this. Inhale, palms are reaching up towards the sky. And then exhale, begin to bend your knees and hinge forward, leading with your heart, flat back. Palms are reaching forward here. So we're sinking deep in our hips. Again, you can find some movement rocking from side to side. Core is pulled in tight. If you feel that core is failing and it's hurting your back, bring your hands to your inner thighs. One more inhale breath here. Exhale, sink deeper if you can. Inhale, release your hands, lift up towards the sky. Exhale, hands come down by our side. Step your feet together at the top of your mat. And we're coming into tree pose on our left side. So we're gonna plant our right foot. All 5 toes on our right foot lift up. Plant them firmly onto the mat. Our right knee is lifting up, so our thigh is tight here. Again, you have options. So you can bring that foot to your ankle, to your calf, or your inner thigh. Noticing though, that each side of your body is a little bit different. So mine is a little bit tight today, so I might come down towards my calf. And then when you found your option here, take your right hand to your right hip. Pull that right hip in so you're standing up tall. Shoulders stacked right over your hips. Inhale, arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands can come down through heart center. Option to take whatever arm variation you'd like here. So you can open your arms up onto the horizon. Can find some movement. Ooh, it's okay to get shaky or fall out. Just come right back up. And find your gaze, find your focal point on the floor or the ceiling or the wall in front of you. And then reconnect with your breath. Inhales lift you up. Exhales ground you down. When you're ready and tired of tree pose, inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Go ahead, release that foot. And then we'll take all of our weight into our left side. Kick that right leg out. Shake your foot, open your toes, close your toes. And then we'll plant that right foot down on the ground. Now we're coming into a malasana squat. So again, taking our feet out as wide as our mat. Toes are opening up. Grab your blocks if you'd like. You can bring them right under or your books. You can even grab your blanket and sit it right on top of there like a little throne. We'll inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, begin to come down, squat down. And then you can either find a seat, just like this. And your elbows are coming to your inner thighs near your knees. Now we don't want to be like this, all scrunched up, just having a seat. We want to open our knees and put some pressure in our palms here. Opening up these knees wide. This is what we've been working for all day to get into our squat. And then when you're ready, we want your chest to lift up. So our spine is lengthening. So you don't want to be down here. We want to press and open, lifting up. If you don't like your throne, you can press it back behind you and sink low onto the ground. Whatever option works. Nothing's better. It's just how our body's feeling today. Sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't. And breathe. Every inhale, our spine is getting a little bit longer. Every exhale, we're sinking deep and rooting down. When you're ready to come out of Malasana, you can go ahead, get off your seat just by lifting up a little bit, move it out of your way. And then our hands will come in front of us, and you can gracefully come down to the ground. Very gracefully. Just plop out. You can rock your knees from side to side. Hands are behind you. And then I think we're going to skip boat pose today. I was going to do some core, but I don't really feel like it. So we're going to kick our legs out in front of us here. Wiggle them. Then we're going to bring our right foot to our inner thigh, our calf, or maybe you want to extend it out a little bit further. It's your choice. So we're coming into a Janu savasana. So I like to have my foot tucked in close here. So we're going to inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, twist, and gently hinge over that left foot. We're not trying to grab our left foot today. Your hands will fall wherever. We'll inhale, maybe we walk our hands back up towards our leg, our upper leg. And then exhale, maybe we walk our hands down our left leg, hinging a little bit farther forward. Now you can hang out here, begin to let your spine round. Just feeling a big stretch down your back side of your leg. If you want a little bit more, you can go ahead and grab that foot if you'd like, but it's not necessary. And we're just breathing. We're refocusing, coming back to our breath. When you're ready, we'll go ahead and walk our hands up that left leg again, sitting up nice and tall. Right leg kicks out, left leg comes in. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, twist over that left leg and hinge forward. Again, you can walk your hands back up to the top of your right leg as you inhale, lift up, and then exhale, maybe you hinge forward again. Finding that sweet spot. Just letting your hands rest where they lay. Palms can face up. Or you can grab that foot, but it's not necessary. You can allow your spine to begin to round. When you're ready, inhale, gently walk your hands up that right leg again. Kick your left leg out. Can rock from side to side a little bit. Then we're gonna bend our knees, bringing the soles of our feet to the mat. Arms are gonna reach out in front of us. We're gonna slowly roll down to our back. Coming up into a Viparita Karani, our legs up the wall, or you can take it into a shoulder stand if you're experienced with shoulder stand. If not, let's keep it low today, taking our feet up the wall. If you do have a block or a book, you can bring that right underneath your sacrum. So your sacrum is where your back flesh meets your bum flesh. So you don't want your spine sinking off this block. You want that support underneath there, lifting your legs up. So it should be fairly comfortable. So if your butt's spilling over the back of the block, you're too far up, and if your spine is almost swooping down in front of the block, that means the block is a little bit too far back. Then if you'd like, you can give your feet a little bit of love. Rolling your ankles, opening your toes. Arms are long, palms can be facing up. Option is stay here and your legs up the wall. Or you can take it into happy baby. If you're on your block, you're gonna have to remove it first. Then you're gonna bend your knees, bringing the soles of your feet towards the ceiling. You can rock from side to side. Maybe you can straighten one leg and bring in the other. Or maybe straighten both legs, whatever is gonna feel good. Option to take any other movement. If you want to take a twist right now, you can bring both of your knees together. Bring your knees to the left or right. Open your arms wide like a T. You can take knee circles. Just taking whatever movement you need right now in your body, or anything that I missed or that you're craving. If you're in a twist, you can take it over to the other side. Then when you're ready, we'll both bring our knees together into our chest. Hands are going to come onto the outside of our knees here. We'll take a deep inhale, belly is expanding again. Exhale, pull everything in, forehead to knees. Give yourself a giant hug. Thank yourself for coming to your mat today. Then inhale, we'll stretch out, making your way into Shavasana. Arms can come out wide, give you like a big giant star pose. If Shavasana hurts your back, you can take your blanket right underneath your knees. If it's rolled up, it'll create a little less pressure on your low back. Or you can bend your knees, taking your feet out as wide as your mat and knock them in together on the inside. It's still a resting pose, but it'll give your low back a little bit of ease. And then allowing your breath to return to its normal breathing pattern. Not holding anything, just letting go. Your fingertips are softly curling in. Your feet may be falling open. You're relaxing down into the earth as you pull your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Release any tension in your jaw. And unwrinkle your eyebrows. Letting the weight of the earth hold you up. When you're ready, you can begin wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. If your legs were bent, you can bring them straight on your mat. We're gonna reach our hands up over our head, fingertips and toes reaching in opposite directions as we inhale, deep morning stretch. And then exhale, gently relax down. Go ahead and roll to your favorite side, cradling your head in your arm. And then when you're ready, we'll gently press ourselves up to a comfortable seated position, making our way into maybe savasana, right back where we started. Hands can be on our knees, palms can be face up, it's up to you. We'll take a quick body scan just as we did in the beginning, starting from the crown of our head, working our way down to our toes. Noticing if there's anything different, anything you still need to work on. Then when you're ready, we'll inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come down through heart center, gazing softly at our fingertips. Go ahead, return to your intention, or to your thanks, or to your love. Thanking yourself for making it to your mat today, oh so early in the morning. Thank you all for coming in and practicing with me today. It's always an honor. Namaste.